So welcome to Inept Extra, this is where I put my animation stuff. Now, I've been working on a music video, it's kind of going a bit slow at the moment, but I might pick up pace eventually. if I can get half of this done before university, I would be amazed. But basically, what you're looking at now is the character model for the animation. Or a new thing that I figured out for it. This is actually what it looks like. So as you can see, it's got like some steampunk stuff and it matches very much the style of what I was going for. And this is basically what I'm going to be using. It's got a mouth rig in there, these things move. But hey, what would be cooler than to show you? Well, unfortunately, I'm going to be showing you in 6 FPS because Blender Eevee just does not... I mean, in fairness, it's quicker than Cycles, but like... yeah, 7 FPS is not great. There's a reason for that, there's a lot of materials on here, and my computer's not very good, so it's a bit laggy. I'm gonna try and turn this off, though. Well, I figured out how to make it faster, I just hit the hair at the back. So this is what this animation looks like, it's just a little sneeze animation. First thing I've really done with it. It's actually missing a few bits. There's supposed to be a strap around the helmet, and also we are missing a few dust effects and bits, as well as that, well, the scene is completely dark because I have no idea how to light things. I figured out something kind of cool. So the thing is that this animation is going to be much higher, sort of higher detail than my last animation. The last one was put together in a month, and it was basically just a bunch of pictures and things put together, and when you put pictures on top of pictures and move them in 3D, that's, you know, it's 2.5D effectively. A lot of the scenes in that were basically relying on perspective and the camera focusing. That was also my first production. my first 3D... I don't mean my first music video, I mean my first full animation. So obviously I wanted to improve from that. There's issues everywhere that I could point out.
I close my eyes, then I drift away into the magic night.
But what I really wanted to do was make something like really high detail. This isn't particularly high detail from any professional standard. It's high detail for me. Now, none of this uses textures. There's no textures on this. This is all done using materials. But what I'm really showing today is how I'm getting around frame rate issues. You see, just having this in the frame is reducing it by maybe 1 frame. It's not that bad, but once I start adding more and more things to the scenes, it's going to get really, really laggy. So I figured out that I can still time my animations properly as long as I lower the detail. But the issue is that lowering the detail, well, it tends to have adverse effects. As I reduce the detail, you can clearly see it. And I just don't really want the whole thing looking like a PS2 animation, you know. I kind of wanted some proper cool looking stuff in this. So I figured there's a better way to do it, and it's what's known as a stand-in. That's not its official name, I don't know what it's actually called. But it's using this up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the head FD, that's head full definition for me, that's my own jargon, and turn on the GUI. So the GUI is what I use to actually animate this. As you can see, it's got a few different things. It's got the head control, that's going to control the rotation of the head itself. It's then got the head stand-in, which controls the rotation of the head on top of that. That way I can have this move and then have this turn if I want. There's a reason for it. And then I've got the rig for the mouth itself here, which I often leave off just because I don't really like to clutter the front of the model. But what this allows me to do is fully animate what the model is doing, and to some extent I can even edit this. I mean, it's not very convenient to do it in this way. There's really no need to edit this in this mode, but as you can see, I've applied my transformation. If I then turn back on the full definition, it has indeed taken up that, and it has even moved the top lip. This allows me to do my animations with a much higher FPS in preview, which means I can actually see what it's doing. See, I'm not a very good animator. Some people can just do it by numbers alone. I'm not one of those people. I started this like maybe a year ago. That ain't right. So to look at that animation in the GUI mode, it simply just looks like that. But I can still see what's going on. I can see where the boundaries of the model are, so I know that it fits where I need it to. And it's relatively easy to work with.